My name is James ALOFS, and this November, I quit my job in the big city of Toronto to build an off-grid homestead on 40 acres of Canadian wilderness. My main home will be built on a 30-foot tall promontory overlooking this river. I will make it such a cool homestead that I should be able to woo my celebrity crush, Sophie Turner, aka Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones, to marry me and have 8 babies together. But first, I am furiously building a smaller 12 by 16 foot cabin set back in a meadow, rushing to beat the giant snows of January and February. Welcome to episode 5 of Wild Homestead.
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight on in the hills. And we will never, never surrender.
Coming back after Christmas, a few days back down in Toronto area. I cannot believe how warm it is. Almost all the snow has melted. The good news is I don't think anyone raided my camp. Everything looks still to be here. All my power tools I stored at one of my neighbors, inside of his sauna, actually, of all things. Christmas gift. So we've got some Christmas leftovers, and I'm going to start off with this. This year, I guess you could call her my aunt, had a 37-pound turkey that she raised herself. Its primary diet was crab apples and romaine lettuce. And this is one of his legs. So please excuse me while I go full caveman. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's like +2 right now. It's insanely warm. I'm used to getting out of this sleeping bag and it's like -7. When just being above freezing like this, +2 degrees Celsius, makes all the difference in the world. There really is a big difference between below freezing and above freezing when it comes to, I think, how the human body reacts to it. So today we're going to focus on this bunch of trees right here. This is the peninsula that juts out and then overlooks the river, and this is where I'm going to be, you know, building my future main home. But I'm going to need to, you can see there's maybe a dozen trees in here that I think I will be able to use in my cabin construction, that I need to knock down anyways because I need to let the morning light into this meadow for my solar power. And these are perfect trees for construction in a log home. Whoa, that guy's a monster. This white pine, I'm probably going to leave this guy because white pines are, there's not many on my property. But the spruces and the balsam fir, there's just tons. So yeah, any of the big guys in here. Zero watts. The sun's not strong enough over there. There's direct light though. I think the problem is I got to trim some of those trees in that direction.
Now I'm putting the 2 layers just to give that double protection, one on the outside and one on the top. I didn't want to make it too intricate because as creosote and soot and stuff builds up on this thing, I'm going to have to go in and clean it off. So I didn't want to make it too intricate. I think it's got a bit of a balance. We'll see. Maybe it's too much. Maybe just one of those is sufficient. But we're going to roll with this and see how she does.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this is too dangerous to be doing in the dark. I'm going to come back in the morning. What's going on here? There's nothing better than stuffing and turkey. I could eat every damn day. And you know what? If my testosterone levels are going to be sufficiently high to have 8 babies with Sophie Turner and adopt her 2 kids from that Jonas brother, by golly, I'm going to need to be eating turkey and stuffing every day. And doing all this lumberjack work definitely helps with the testosterone levels, but lumberjacking, stuffing, and turkey, I'll be able to pop out those 8 kids with her and raise the 2 kids from the Jonas brother. No problem.
The sun is essentially setting basically in 10 minutes. So I'm not going to screw around too much with this. Maybe it'll just break that dead tree right there that it's resting on. That thing is really dead. It looks like it could snap. I'm going to fell this guy while I still have the light. He should fall pretty clear. And hopefully in the morning, gravity will have done my job for me.
Hello, Sophie Turner. Homestead's coming along. Steel roof will be up soon. Then I'll be able to adopt your 2 children with the Jonas brother and have 8 of our own. Happy New Year's Eve. Mwah!
Strength and honor.
Oh my God, look at this. So it's 5:30 in the morning and it looks like it's basically out, but it's still warm enough to keep the fan spinning. So this fan, I think, only spins if it's at least 65 degrees Fahrenheit. So, the flue damper that I've installed here has made an enormous difference about how warm the oven gets, the stove rather, and how long it can stay warm. Absolute game changer.
Holy Lord Almighty. I've got this is a full beard. Wow, I'm really glad that I opened up this boundary over to the meadow over here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have seen that that ruffed grouse this morning, which was incredible. I loved ruffed grouse. They're the coolest critters. They're basically the size of a Cornish hen, if you guys know what that is. So maybe a little bit smaller than a conventional chicken. Very cool terrestrial birds. They are non-migratory. They're here all year round. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. So good. Who knew? Maybe I'm lacking salt in my diet right now, but these pickles are absolutely delicious. If you're a straight man, Never make direct eye contact with another straight man while saying that sentence.
Oh, crap. Hot, hot, hot.
Highway to the danger zone.
Gonna tow these back this morning. My neighbor's coming over with his ATV to help me for about an hour, and hopefully we can get all the rest of these logs hauled back, which will take us up to 48 logs. That should build us 8-foot tall walls. The average diameter, I'm looking at this in, I've entered all of the diameters into an Excel spreadsheet, and we're looking at about just over 8 feet with 12 layers.
Oh!
She's good and held.
Dude, this is, I think,
But it's lower.
the third cut, or fourth maybe, and she's still riding high.
If I die and this gets 1 million views. First of all, it's okay because I'll go to Valhalla, dying with the chainsaw in your hand.
Yeah.
Guaranteed entrance into Odin's Hall. And I'm gonna leave all the YouTube ad revenue to you.
Oh, wow. My grandkids will appreciate it.
And it doesn't look like there's very much precipitation. That'd be awesome, because then if you did have an Ethiopian like in northern Sweden.
Yeah.
And you're,
Yeah.
but the more you do it, I find the more you economize.
Took one. Fuck. Yeah. Rick. It's frozen. The worst ones out.
Because these guys can breathe and get big and strong.
Exactly.
Like that white pine, I'm definitely gonna leave. I'm probably gonna cut the one beside it.
Yeah.
But that white pine could get quite glorious, I feel.
Now that it has some light, it'll give it a good chance.
Because that thing had like 2 hours of waning light, like in that direction.
Yeah.
I can't believe that thing has grown that big. You know, with
That is a pig.
Log number 48. Here she is. 8.25 inches. Right almost at the lookout point. Woo-wee. Dude, oh my God.
Racked and loaded.
Look at that.
Just realized I had these 2 organic energy bars and 2 wrappers in the tent. Definitely safer off returning these to the food tree. You know, the one night where I left a steak wrapper and a blueberry bag, both empty, in that cardboard box outside the mouth of the tent. That's the night where I got raided by the either pine marten or fisher, the demon, the night demon. So just don't want to take any chances. If it was in a rock solid log cabin, it's different. But when you're dealing with a hot tent, it's just, the risk is not worth it. The bears are asleep. The bears have been asleep for like 2 months. But it's the other critters.
Whoa. Melting snow?
I like my coffee like I like my women. Hot, organic, and farmers.
I was having concerns in my episode 4 that the hole I was drilling with the drill bit was the exact same diameter as this spike. So as I put it in, it was still kind of tight. And I was concerned, like, oh no, is it going to bite on the top of the spike as well as the bottom? So I consulted, with people in the comment section, and a bunch of you did leave comments. So thank you so much. There was a lot of contradicting information in there. So I was able to get in touch with the professional log home builder again. And what he told me was very interesting. He said, the amount of material that you're removing with the 3/8 inch bit that's the same diameter as this is probably sufficient to make sure that it still slides. Also, he said, as these logs dry, the holes will actually open up slightly. So it shouldn't be a big problem, but you can move to a 1/2 inch bit if you want to. So I did. I moved up a size in the bit that I'm using. You can see the bit here. This is a 1/2 inch bit. So this is slightly larger than the spikes that I am using. So I did that. And the second thing he told me was you should actually counterbore the top. So this is what I'm using this bit for. This is a 1 1/8 inch bit. So this is slightly larger than the washers I'm using. So what he explained is this. It's actually more complicated than we originally discussed. He said, when you're spiking down into the layer below, this part of the spike will be in the top half of that layer. So as that log, right, it shrinks towards its core, it will bring it down. But the layer above that's free riding on this, that layer will also be shrinking. So it's going to have double the shrinkage because this spike is going through the full width of that log, right? So you're going to be shrinking down on the top half and up on the bottom half. This, you're going to actually have to sink further down because this is actually going to move up slightly in the log above. Now, sorry if this is too much information, but it's really interesting. He said counterbore, which is creating a larger hole on top. So you can hammer this down into the log. So that way it still gets pulled down by the one below, but the overall shrinkage of the top log will also be accounted for in that counterbore because it's going to be below the surface. So it gets pulled down, but then the top log shrinks more, right? And then so it'll bring it maybe, around level with the top of your spike. So drill the top layer, but also do a counterbore in the top layer, and that should allow this whole method to work together. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly, but just if you're interested, I thought this is a really interesting idea. So we'll see if it works. If it doesn't, worst case scenario, just gonna have to re-chink it after a year or two as it compresses and dries. Another construction problem. You can see it's fitting very nicely in there with the washer. The problem is with this mini sledgehammer I'm using, you really need to use it to sink that thing through the lower level. It's going to be, if I want to drive it any further down, it's going to be smashing the wood around here. So I think I've seen inside Home Depot, they've got something called a framing hammer. It's a heavy duty hammer. It's not as heavy as this mini sledge, but I think it's got a smaller diameter head. So I can try to use that framing hammer to knock these guys all the way in without smashing the wood around it. So for the rest of the day today, I might not be able to finish this layer. I might have to just concentrate on peeling more logs and then get that framing hammer after dark from Home Depot. It's like an hour drive into town. It's like a 3-hour round trip when all is said and done. So I'm gonna have to go get that framing hammer tonight and then just continue on tomorrow. So it's January 3rd. Since Christmas Day, literally the only protein that I've been eating is turkey. God bless turkey. Listen, I'm missing my steak, man, but just being fed, I am grateful. I finally run out of Christmas stuffing. I still got some turkey left, but so I'm back to my berries and cherries carb source. I actually think it'd be a great name for kids. If you had 2 kids, this is berry, this is cherry. Oh, how are berry and cherry doing? My kids or the mixed organic fruit bag from Loblaws? Holy shit. Oh my God. So much better. Wow. My neighbor who loaned me this wonderful slug of steel to help me hammer in these counterboard spikes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're only going to do 2 of the spikes on this end log here because we only have 1 bar of battery left on the old drill. And you can't see the sun now, but it's 3 o'clock. The sun is setting at exactly 5 o'clock today. So we only have 2 hours. So I'm going to leave the battery juice I have left. There's that last log. We're going to cut it and drag it and put it up there. And then hopefully we have enough juice to drill it in 2 spots and spike it down, and then we'll be 3 layers up. Single bar. It's the coldest day so far, minus 15. It really kills the batteries when it's this cold. Ran out of coffee this morning. I'm used to having 3 cups. I only had 1 cup. So I've been absolutely dragging my ass, just forcing myself to hustle today to get this level up for you folks at the end of this video. But thank God I still have maple syrup. You have it, folks. 3rd level done just in the nick of time. I'm so sorry. I thought I was going to have more layers up this week, but the whole week was preoccupied getting the rest of the final logs. I really needed to do it now at this point so I can match up all my logs properly like I did in Excel. And honestly, today, I honestly thought I was going to get up 3 levels, even maybe 4. But the key thing slowing me down is these outer logs before I put on the sections that go in between. So the pass sections with 0 guiding, or rather like these 2x4s on the outside, there's too much movement. I didn't record all of it, but it literally took me until 2 o'clock this afternoon, from basically 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. to get these 2 pass sections, that guy and that guy, up and in place. It wasn't until I discovered little blocks. You see the blocks that I was using on my sawhorses. When I secured those very tightly on either side of the log, I was able to get it secured enough where I could then tack it in, drill it and tack it in. So that was a big breakthrough, because if it's going to take a day per layer, holy Lord, I've got 9 more layers to go. And that's 9 days. It is what it is, right? We'll see with the next layer. That's key. That's going to be the opening of my next video next week. I'm really, really hoping that that's the key and that I can do 2 layers a day. And then hopefully next week, we'll see, I could have it all up. Because 2 layers a day, that would take 4.5 days to do 9 layers. So we'll see, guys. Then the roof. My roof arrived this week. It's ready to go up. So I got to get these walls done. Unbelievable. Exhausted, done the day, sun is setting. To do 1 more drone shot, and then I get fancy. I tried a new drone feature I've never used, which apparently turned off the auto impact sensor and crashed it into a tree, this spruce tree, 40 feet up. It literally took me 10 minutes just to find it. The sun is set. There's some ambient light. Let's see if I can get it down, baby. Oh my God! Oh my God! Look at this. Oh my God, there it is. What a miracle. Oh my God. It's in one piece. Oh my Lord.